got my Sesame Suban in back of me. And today is my third day. I mean, this night now. So the third day completed of being of fasting with, no intention to, but the universe just called me to fast. I'm gonna say the ancestors. Anyway, I hope someone gets on. I gotta give this channel as much love as I give every other channel. So look at this finger. Oh my gosh. This is where I cut myself, so I'm sure it got affected yesterday because I didn't have the right stuff to dress it. Then I go, anyway, don't heal. I mean, it's just hilarious. And then I'll go to, we went to the pharmacy where they say you should go. That's what most of the Ghanaians do. And the pharmacy will dress you, but she didn't have the stuff to dress it. So yeah, so then I was like, well, Kwaku, could we just like do it ourselves because there's nobody to dress it and there's no stuff. They didn't have the stuff, they just ran out. Yeah, that's the little thing, Ghana. Like the Art Center pharmacy is not the best one. Don't ever, if you want to go to a pharmacy, do not go to the pharmacy in the Art Center. Every time I go there, with who? I don't know if they just don't want to work. I don't know. But there's something going on that it's never nothing you want. It's almost like, are they just doing this to you? It wasn't even me talking. I just went in with him. But so anyway, I said, Kwaku, what else would you put on it? Let me say something about the local medicine and the people and just generalizing and from what my short experience of being in Ghana. They actually, their go-to, even some of the, when they get to, by the time they get to Accra from the villages and they have lived in Accra, their go-to for an immediate remedy is usually over-the-counter drugs. It's not the local medicine. It's even odd for me to always request the local medicine first. It's very odd. Like, what? No, you just, and see, I know it sounds crazy, and I got, so like I said, this eye, it looking like it's looking more even, but this eye, I feel like my eye from infection never really healed. My tooth one is longer than the other, I got a scar on the leg from the throat drill, and now I got a fat butt, pinky, so I feel like I got infection. So anyway, I know I'm going to do something. But maybe tomorrow I'll go to the clinic, so not tomorrow, just let them clean it. But they don't really do much more than that. Like, I got to really check out some of the more private hospitals. But the fact is, why do I go to hospital so much here? Y'all, it's different. It's different. Everything's different. Everything. It's like, I think your body might take years to really acclimate. So, of course, you might say, okay, just keep the drug. I got a whole bunch of antibiotics. Like, I got a whole bucket of just antibiotics. Because I get the drugs, I just don't take them. But I know that in emergencies, they would be okay. But I believe it that that stuff that they send here, I don't even think it's the stuff that they send to the other place I used to be. I feel like there ain't something right with it. I feel like if you take it, it's going to mess you up. Like I do, and I don't know if it's, I'm going to say it's intuition. So I'd rather just do the local way, where it's a little slower. But there's repercussions to the local way, because you might not catch it in time, or you're not applying it, or you're in a crowd where it still gets dirty again, or whatever, So, yeah, so you're going to deal with a lot with that. What did it say? Urinary tract infections. I had stopped that. I figured out how to stop those. But everybody I know, even just on vacation, gets it coming. What do I think it is? Is it the starchy foods on that level that your American body is not used to? I would definitely say yes. Is it probably those oils as well? I would say yes too. But I think your body, when it travels so far, and our bodies are not just traveling far physically in this time, it's traveling far physically, mentally, spiritually, and beyond in many dimensions when we come back to the birthplace of humankind, right? So yeah, so it's an energy, and it's, you gotta get into it. It's like Ghana has to like initiate you, or maybe I'm just saying any African country. I don't know if we know that. There's no way I'm the same. The things, and maybe things are changing now, but the things you had in the country that you came from, they were, even if you get a cut here, there's dust and dirt, so it's a lot probably easier to get infections. You know what I'm saying? In some ways. Now, they're more used, their bodies fight off a lot, and eventually yours will too. Eventually, but you want to have something left to do it, you know what I'm saying? So, Like, make sure you know, like, I'm really gonna check out the healthcare and what it looks like. But I actually don't want it. I don't like it because in the States, I didn't have to have healthcare like that. I didn't have to go outside of my own medicines chest. So I'm just gonna pick a few things we're gonna talk about to make them your time here and your relocation here, because that's a big one. When you get with Black Americans, we all say we had this, that. It's all the same stuff. So it's happening. I'm not trying to tell you nothing that's not happening. It's not happening. It was just different, and you know, and then like we were saying, they want to say like New York is the city. I was born and raised in New York, the city that never sleeps. Accra is the city that never sleeps. And you know, actually, it looks like it's sleeping because at night they do close every day. Everybody look like they sleeping, but it ain't never sleeping. It's a number 8 energy. It's a lot of business and commerce and just plain old money. Unfortunately, who gets it is the issue, right? So it's not, you know, like I could see why I was thinking about this. I was like, okay, but wait, okay, the accident, I got a bruise that probably ain't gonna go away. I got this thing, I got this. Like, what is all these things? And I really thought it's a cry. It's like, yeah, there is a trade-off to being here. You know what I'm saying? You're in the middle of it all, but that's the problem. You're in the middle of it all. I'm sure when I go other places, I bet maybe it'll be different injuries, but I'll just bet it'll be different. Now, in the villages, a lot of the villages, because they rely only on the local medicine, that's where if somebody gets a cut, or even in the head, okay, the head split open, they got the herbs already ready. You know what I'm saying? And then they're able to be with you throughout the whole, you know, to get you back. But here, they just take the medicine. I mean, that's good because it is convenient. It's going to definitely make sure there's no infection at first. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's like it either robs you of other things, or I don't know. Maybe I just need to be one with the over-the-counter drugs too. You know what I'm saying? I just know that too much of those antibiotics, they're not good. And you know, it's funny because that is the go-to. Like, I don't feel like in some ways, I had a great doctor, but sometimes you don't always get the same doctor depending on which doctor you need the doctor for, you know, which part of your body. And I just feel like, I don't know, you got to know the whole person you're talking to as a doctor to a patient. And I just feel like now everything is just, oh, just take this. It's so easily given out. It's like giving out like candy. I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, and we all know why it's not a good idea, but I really feeling it like, what is up with that? Like, what? And then taking these things and we don't question, but we question so much in the natural environment. We do. So anyway, he got this pill stuff and he crushed it and then he pushed it and he put it in the thing and then, but I ain't gonna lie, Quaco got that other one down on my leg now. It took 3 weeks now, and so that's the local stuff, you know. But my body is acclimating definitely to, like, the mosquitoes don't bother me as much. It probably bothers me as much as the grenades and I'm not that I'm out there. When it's night, everybody needs to go and you're getting bit, everybody, grenade or not. But for the most part, no. I mean, your body will get acclimated to the environment, but it's different. So you have to, so this is the thing I was thinking. So you have to really, I won't say attack, but you have to prevent a lot of things, first of all, and you have to do it with your diet. That's the only way. I mean, really, that's really the way. Because you got to eat anyway. So now you got to eat very well. Because let's say you get a cut, your bruise, tro accident, so-called, right? You first of all, you could treat the thing, but you don't have anything to treat it. Just by drinking that green smoothie for the 15 days before that accident, or eating the more raw foods, or adding herbs to the smoothies, or just eating better, that is cell regeneration. That is helping, that's speeding, the body is sped up to heal. So when something falls, because it's really now it's chilling, because it's so clean, and you know, when you are in a clean state, it's chilling. It's like, okay, something to do. So as soon as it comes, it knows, oh, hand, finger, go there, instead of 1,000 things wrong, they can't get there, or you eating so much they don't have no time to get to you. They pooped out by the time they get to that one or the other illness. So I'm observing for the rapid healing, and that the body, spirit just keeps coming back to me. Spirit ancestors, you'll hear me use that interchangeably, is that the body does really heal itself. And like, when we're disconnected from the body, we're actually disconnected from all healing, whether it's womb healing or womb healing. The body is very important. I think that I've been disconnected from my own body and I didn't even know it. And that's how I feel, because it's like, there was a meeting when I used to know the body healed itself. Now I used to not just know, I used to live from that perspective. And I feel like now that I feel that feeling again, I'll be like, wow, I was disconnected a bit from my body and I didn't even realize it. Like I still like I gotta even look like down because I don't think anybody should know how great you are more than you do. I really feel it. I really feel the self-love thing. So, and I want to talk about that. You know, I'm not in the States anymore, but and I was here for 2 years in Ghana, West Africa. But I want to know, like, what's the climate for the young people? So if I go to a video on YouTube, it's like black men are horrible, they're losers, this is what people say, it's a narrative, or they're whatever. I don't want to repeat it, right? Dusty's whatever, right? But then I meet these women like this first sister that came who's had great black young men and they didn't have any babies and some of them was even 35 or, you know, I mean, high value. But the women were too, the women were doing their own thing and they wasn't in no desperation. So I think there's another set of women out here. So then I mean, my niece got it going on. My niece is what? She's 25. She owns her own house. She has other income property. She's I think she's close to being she's gonna be the senator, I'm sure, one day. Like, she make it happen. And the ease with which she talked about men, like the men the black men in America that's 35, let's say 30, 35. We say 25 and 35. And I said, well, they have children? Because in my era, if you was that age as a black man, you had children. She was like, no, actually they don't. No, they don't. And she was like, no, there's a lot more men that are vetting the women more, that have seen the generations, a couple before, or at least one before, with the baby mama drama. See, this is good to me. This means that either what you're seeing exists, or it exists because you're seeing it. Because you got these two young ladies coming from the same place I used to live, and they have a totally different narrative of their relationships and who they're meeting. And there was no baby mama drama, was because there was no baby mama. Now, they had normal things to work through. And I noticed that because these women are so high value, of course, in themselves, and already creating, that they're also attracting. But this is a new generation, that's why I love them. Another thing is, I'm hearing this word again, so you know me, I'm a wordsmith. I play with the word, I stay on the word. The word is the word is the medicine, right? The medicine is words. The wordsmith, the medicine maker, right? The medicine taker. You know, the medicine woman is the wordsmith, or the griot, or the orator. And I think, she said something about, she was talking to you all on the video, and she talked about the idea of building, and we want to build with y'all, we want to build. You know, this is beautiful. Let me tell you what I learned about being in Ghana. I learned something about black American women from living in Ghana that I don't think I would have ever learned from living in the States, because the way we're looked at in the States sometimes by those we love sometimes is not as positive as here. But now every person that I speak to that's diasporan, they all want to build. Even they want that relationship with their man as a partnership to build. And they want that in with their men to build, or with their girlfriends to build. Everyone they come in contact, what can we do together to build and further the communities, and further ourselves, and further the communities, as one. See, that is the generation. See, I know that. Without seeing that, I could feel that somebody's writing their own script. Somebody's getting it right. We black American women, and others, I'm sure. I want to say diasporans, but I only can speak for black American women. I could say, you don't know how important that is to you. To know that you are a builder. So you can start where you are. Build with your daughter or your son or your children. Start a business or something. Build with your aunties and uncles. Build with your... And definitely, without a doubt, I still say you got to get somebody that you could build with. If he does not build, it's going to be very hard for you, black American women, because that's your style, that's your thing, that's what we do, that's what's important. She's 20-something, I'm 50-something, we saying the same things. Everybody, I told you, so there's something to that. So sometimes, like I said, we got to allow ourselves to be ourselves and make sure that we don't tell other people us not to be that, because that feeling, usually we so isolate ourselves, especially as spiritual people, as spiritual women sometimes, that we forget that we need to be with each other so we can all say, hey, wait a second, somebody else is feeling that. Maybe yeah. Yeah, we are. I know who I am, and I know who I work with, and I love us. I love us for that. I think we shine to our own selves in Ghana in a way that I think that I did not in the States. But it was all I want to thank Bafour, because it was Bafour. It was Isaiah that said when he lived in the States for some good amount of years, and he was with a Black American woman, and he's been around them, and that's something he noticed. He said, well, you're a man or your partner, and we want to build. And so let's go back to it. What is wrong with that? That is so right on. So when I hear these two young nieces that come, so they're coming for me, right? They're coming to me too. It's like, no, mommy, us young women already got it. So everybody's not obviously listening to Cardi B. Everybody's not obviously listening. So don't even let this whatever we're watching, the media, whatever, paint this picture that we're all the same, we're all attracting the same, no. Ladies, that's the one thing. Okay, I'm not on the hypergamy, and I'm not on the whatever the opposite of that. But I'm definitely for the building. I'm representing those women that want to build with each other, with our partners, with us as a people. I want those people. Because that's what we do well. You right, and then when you get to a certain age, you realize there's nothing else but that. Another thing she said, when I remember people telling me about, I saw somebody, oh well, he's young, he needs more time. No, 30 years old, I'm gonna tell you that around that age, I'm sorry, you should be having it together. But I talked to the two ladies, they think that's too old. When you're 30 and you still don't know. And I mean, if we were in another community, they would call it a loser. And I'm not trying to call you that. What I'm trying to tell you is we have to stop. Maybe Africa changed that. This babying of a black child is really to their detriment, whether now or as they age. And they're going to come to your door not knowing. We have to stop babying them. They should learn from the beginning. It's hard for us in the whole world because I've been around it, so I know. So you have to raise that child. I'm sorry, I ain't say rough or tougher. I said real. Raise them real, because that's the better chance to be successful and to be something and to be somebody. Raise them real, but with infinite possibilities. Do not raise your children in this little, they're 30 or they're 32, they're still young. No, they're not. They didn't get it together. But I mean, these two sisters that would not, a 30-year-old have it together, to these sisters that got it together, they're like, oh my God, what the hell? What am I going to do with this? It's too old, is what one woman told me, 35. So, you know that intuitively. We all do. And that's what we do when we get back in touch with our ancestors. We're getting back in touch with our own divine intuition. And I say our own, not own collectively either, but own individually. The only way that you could come to yourself is to go to your ancestors who know you better than anybody. So I just so I'm just a hand, but I realize I just got to be more careful too. You know, the hospitals are crowded, or which one? And I guess I can go to the clinic tomorrow. I'm gonna go to the clinic tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna do. But I already know what they're gonna. I promise you, they're gonna give me. But maybe they'll give me some topical stuff, or they can tell me if it's. But if it's an infection, they don't even look at it. They just say, "Oh, it's infected," and they're gonna give me antibiotics. Like, I already know this, and then you pay for this. You gotta pay for the visit, and that cannot be it. So we have to start. So I'm really on my Nana and Nketiah's herbs. I got to get in touch with Nana and Nketiah. He's getting in touch with me. We got to really up on our herbs. But one thing that I'm so blessed that I'm doing, this is the best thing, because the universe put me on a fast. This is my 3rd day fasting. I totally believe that fasting accelerates the healing capacities. It really, really does. So I don't have much in there, so I think it's going to heal pretty well. Of course, like I said, I'll go get it checked out, but I think it's going to heal pretty well. But I don't want to I know what it is now. It's like, okay, you want to go there and get the antibiotics, or you want to use the ones you got, because you got 5 of them twice. I'm serious. I got pain, I got all of them, because I just don't use them. Because that's it's not no. I'm not telling you nothing, and you gotta understand they're African, so anything you come with, they ain't nothing they ain't seen, so they ain't even scared for you. Okay, they ain't even scared. I guess you lose the figure, you be alright. You be alright. You got 9 more, right? Like it's. I remember when I told I told my, I guess he's my dentist now. I told my dentist, I said, oh yeah, I want braces. He said, oh, he laughed because he probably looked at me like this older woman, like, why would you care about that at this age? Remember, elderly. And remember, elderly, I want to break down a word. They also, remember, they're using British English and we're using American English. So they will say elderly to mean the eldest too, just the older one in that group or in that family. Because the elder could be the elder son, or they will say that. So you know what? I realize when we talk about Africans, we're really talking about this idea of no separation between time and space and cosmos and earth, no separation between anything. So it is always happening more than what you can see. It's always simultaneously happenings in everything we do, we feel, experience. So I know that, like Africa. So it's like that's why I really want to go live and make, if it's going to be the Ewe, in the Ewe place, the Volta, because I feel like I need to understand, not learn the culture. I said that yesterday, but that's not the right word. I'm not going to learn the culture. I don't. That sounds very, exploitative. I'm going to feel the culture, because first of all, I'm gonna have a lot more time. It's a lot more quieter. I'm gonna have a lot more. Probably go to sleep early. I'm gonna eat healthy. I'm gonna look great, and I'm gonna probably eat less because I'm gonna eat like more of the people. I'm gonna eat locally because that's really what's gonna be around me, and that's gonna be a trip because, I don't think I'll be too long. I think like I will have girls. I think that my girls will be coming through. So. I think it'll be a very safe, beautiful, wonderful home with a lot of divine feminine energy. But even when masculines come, they're going to feel it. They're going to love it. And I just really feel like it's going to be a very healing sanctuary place. I really, really do. Oh my God, I could feel it. I felt it deeply. And so I don't have to say I'm up there because like here, traditionally, having your own space and your own house and you're this foreign woman, the women don't traditionally do that. Everybody has family. So, one thing I do love about Africa, and I would dare say it's Africa, the whole continent, is somebody's going to take you in. Somebody's going to care about you. Somebody's going to not let you be alone. And sometimes that's great, and sometimes it's like, oh, Lord, don't worry about what I'm doing. But you really do want somebody to worry about what you're doing. You want somebody to care about you. And I got that. I got that on many levels. I could go everything I say the back and forth, but it's time. Of course, it's already time to go. But it's interesting that I learned today. It's time to go, and it's also time to go back. It's time to find the essence, because everything that happened today, and I noticed this yesterday too, I saw all of it this morning in my meditation. Every single, down to the where the rap, and make sure you advertise that rap, the other rap, the GME one specifically, and then naturally caught it, and then somebody wanted, a sister, you wanted it, and if you're watching it, it was like, down to everything, down to, and then I think I'm really feeling, I'm already, in touch with the ancestors, but then also think about it, I'm drinking water. That's it. Or smoothie, and I don't think I had a smoothie. I have a smoothie, I'm gonna have it for dinner, because I don't have the rest of it. And I only had one smoothie. Like when you really fast, sometimes I remember when I used to go on fast, I used to feel like I had to drink even a tremendous amount of water. And you do need a good amount, but sometimes you overdo it. Or I have to drink a lot of smoothies. But this fast is more like I'm getting what I need from the one smoothie. Because other things fill you up too. Like today, my niece was there. I remember I was with my other niece. I realized what brings me a joy that I've just newly discovered is, like a sister said, it's something that I've always done. This is what the curriculums I used to write and the after-school programs, the summer programs I created, is mentoring girls. That's what I came in the game for. The man that was 28 years older than me, see, he was the one that taught me the world. And that's why I won't even say age gap relationships don't work, because I'm telling you, I'm not even half the woman that he, in a sense, has bestowed upon me. Like the information and the things that he's told me, I still haven't climbed up to that, but I'm coming. You know, that was a very significant, important relationship in my life. Nobody has ever given me the very thing that a Leo desires more than probably anything else, and it's her freedom. And he saw me coming out of a very not very free relationship, very kind of, you know, oppressive in some ways too. Just not knowing. I was just saying not knowing. When I really like think about so I want to say don't. I would say if you happen to get somebody in your life that is really a mentor, in whatever way it comes that feels comfortable for you, then you are blessed. And those mentorings that you do, it lasts for a long time, and it passes itself through the generations and the people. So the mentoring is it. So yeah, to be with my niece and to hear her thoughts and what she's done and her ideas, and to see, I just love this. My other niece, the filmmaker, like I love the flute. Like look at the dope young ladies. Love this looking good out here. I don't know. We're gonna have to get these girls up. And I just and I love that everybody's loving the safe houses. The young people are here for it. They want to support me. They want to do the work, the site, the funding. I got a team of people hearing this, and I'm excited. And also like that, and what I was gonna say about that, yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I'm getting a lot of support, and I just feel good. It's what I'm supposed. Oh yeah. My niece Crystal gave me a name. She said, "It's true, because I'm owning it now, right? Auntie's Safe Houses, or Auntie's Safe House." And the auntie is very, very important, because I'm truly auntie. I am not a kid. I am a grown woman. I'm a mature woman. I look mature. I'm good with it. I'm happy, like, with myself. Like, I love me. Okay. So I really do. Like, when I take care of myself, oh my God, don't tell me nothing. Don't tell me nothing. I feel sorry for people that make other people make you feel like, because you got this or you got that. Like, oh, I don't know. Like, to me, attraction doesn't work with what people think. Beauty is something that is, it's attached to love to me. Like, that love is why you can see beauty. And everybody got beauty. And I feel like particularly people that are sitting with the divine, listening to their intuition or listening to their ancestors, oh my God, they are beautiful. They glow. Like, I didn't know all this day, like, this is what I look like. I just came in, I did some things, and I'm looking at myself going, oh, I'm lit right now. But my heart is lit, my spirit. So I'm loving this. I feel like mostly water fast, because it's just a calming. I need to be calm. It's a being kinder to myself. It says, because I'm experiencing a relationship, and we broke up, right? We're not together anymore. It's over. It's over. But it needs to probably stay that way, because we both need to grow and heal, and especially him, I might add. I say that because I'm trying to tell you that you have to know that you know some stuff, that you are the older one, and there's some things that's not what you have to learn. You know that already. So it's okay because once you really know yourself and know what you know what you don't know what you still want to know, you could soar. You could soar. So I'm in my soaring stage. But today was beautiful, just having her around, talking to her, walking through the art center with her. I'm so happy about this fast. So the next intensive, the one letting go of all your everything, the emotions, everything, through dance, through drumming, through the music, but through dance and movement, but also, of course, the thing we do, the lecture, the talk. We're in that one, which starts the first Monday, the first Monday of the month. That one will include, we're going to go on a fast. It's your choice. You don't have to go on a fast. You can still be a part. You're in it. But I'm choosing to take the ladies on some sort of fast. Now, for me, it may be another kind of fast, since I'm fasting now. But It may be even the fast would be something maybe I'm finding a more realistic way of life. Don't let no one get you down. Like, don't let nobody. You gotta know you're beautiful. Like, you gotta know you're beautiful. It doesn't matter if somebody never told you that day. Like, that's something, I'm telling you that from a true Leo heart. Because I think that it's a danger when you don't know you're beautiful. It's a danger when you don't know how smart you are, because somebody else will know that, and they will take advantage of that. And they will tell you all the things that you want to hear, or you will constantly ask them for all the things, because if you got to ask them many times, you don't know. And I think I've been that person at times. So you got to really know your beauty, you got to know your strength, you got to know your mind, because that's really your worth. It's just that somebody got to know your worth. Well, what is that? What does that comprise of? What is it comprised of? And you got to see it. You shouldn't be surprised if other people see it. You got to see it. I'm talking to myself. Yeah, I'm talking to myself. So yeah, but it's not a fake getting on your throne. You gotta take a path to your throne. This is not because somebody told you this is what people that sit on their throne do. This is not a do. This is an experience. This is not do as I see, or do even as they do, but do as I experience. That's the only way to do it. So you got to go through the path so that you'll never be faking until you'll make it, so that you really will be that. Because I met that. I met that, the two girls, I met that, two young ladies. And even for me as an older woman being around them, I'm getting something still. And they don't even know it, and they don't even have to know. You know, sometimes too, as older women or younger women, sometimes your best friends or the people in your life will be kind of like mother figures or daughter figures, if you will. It's always, I realize that now, that I do really have probably, in some ways, I resonate more with younger girls, meaning the 20-some-year-olds. That's what's coming to me now. I don't know. It's almost like I talked about with the ancestor leaving, and the newborn coming in. It's almost like on some level I feel that the energy of that happening. They do have something to give me, and maybe that's the age where I lost that. Maybe that's where I lost my power in my 20s. Maybe that's when I really said, nobody likes me for who I am, or I gotta calm it down, or who knows. But every time that age group gives me something, even in the boys too, I noticed that too, to be honest. So and that might change, but clearly the girls need me. Clearly. Isn't life is no place like home, y'all? Isn't life amazing? That in the end you go right back to the thing that you said you're not going back to it, but it's going in a different way. It did it itself. And me and my niece talked about that, how I didn't try to get money for my room. I didn't try to create a safe space. It was clear that I went to the Cape Coast, at least on that day, to meet that girl, to have these experiences, and to be able to give in that way. Because see, I was giving in the love, but sometimes it wasn't. I didn't feel it was as reciprocated. And it's not people to say, somebody can say, well, I do this and I do that. It's a feeling of reciprocation more than even a doing. And I think that that's always going to feel depleting. That's always going to feel stagnating. That's always going to feel like somebody's losing, somebody's winning. And that's not cool, right? It's not cool. So to be able to understand what true reciprocity feels like, it's a feeling of satisfaction because somebody brought you that tea. And even though, don't get me wrong, like I said, I really think about it, I'll call his name and I was like, oh my God, like he was very much always giving me something. He cared. It's a Canadian I'm going to say, way of being, as they say, I don't care if they text you or not, they ask you, good evening, good night, good morning, and then they will say, have you eaten? I mean, it's a normal thing, but I feel like that when they ask, they act like they care, and it makes sense because some people probably haven't. But it's always, good morning, how are you? Always, always, always. Even if you forget, somebody will put you on, good morning, how are you? And you say, I'm good, good morning, how are you? You answer, and then they say, have you eaten? First, I used to go over so fast, and then I thought, oh my God, oh, let me think about that. Like it even makes you. It's a caring that I think is in the culture anyway. I mean, that's the one thing I will say. I think Ghanaians are very caring. They're very caring, and that's why I go to Art Center because I care for in so many ways, and I'm cared for by men. I always tell you that, like the man. I mean, yes, and that's what me and the sister talked about. You and someone else he was saying to the young lady too. You don't want to think, oh, they all the same. So his job in his own way, I gotta admit to him, was to let her see that all men are not going to take something from you, or that all men are not bad. That's that in their own way they all can give. Some have more compassion than others. Some are more loving. Some care. Some show, and then all men show they love in different ways. Because we were talking about the idea of in our society, me and my niece, if something like that happened and the authorities didn't do anything, well, we would just have to handle it ourselves. You call Mike, Big Mike, and the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? We're about to roll down. You know, but one person reacted with, "We should go to the pole." You know. And another person said, no, we should roll down there. You know what I'm saying? Because they're diverse, so don't put them all in the same category as Ghanaians. But when I think about it, from both places, they came from the love. They both wanted to do something about it. Do you understand? Don't judge the approach. And I think, in a way, so I kind of like, explain to this, like, in a way, it's kind of, that's okay, and that's okay. This, which one you want to do, or maybe you want to do not. It's, so like I said, because they're caring. That is the difference. I don't know if there's even a difference. There's caring men everywhere, black men especially. Change the narrative. Very, very caring. Very caring. That's what I will say for the men. They're very caring. So as far as like getting the male love, like after you come out of a separation, a breakup, a moving on, a transitioning of a relationship, I would say transitioning. It is so nice to get all in your feminine, which for me, getting my feminine is drinking lots of water, is fasting. I mean, that's instant femininity, like for me. That's instant beauty, that's instant light. Wearing a long dress like I did today, without even trying. It's just one little piece. It's a tube. Not even much fuss, but it's on it. It's so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I say, like just wearing my necklaces today. And yeah, man, like that's what's up. That was, my tribute to myself. And it's just made me so calm. When you're going through a breakup, I'm telling you, you should fast. You should fast. Because the way you will react if you're not fasting to a breakup, you might try to go back, which is probably might not be the right thing to do just for both of y'all, because there's not enough growth for things that changed. Or you might talk to them, or you might curse them out, or you might drive by their house. It depends. Done them all. Just saying, I'm talking about, I'm from Brooklyn. It was my old days. Okay, it was my old days. Okay, you might do worse. Okay, so, yeah. And none of it you really want to do. None of it, you want to end the pain, and you want to start the renewal of the joy. I mean, yeah. So it's good to dance, play your favorite music, play a my song. It's over. It's over. My baby, stay over. Like, I gotta play it because it's a sad, but it's a sad with a little beat, and so I was talking to my class today, you got the movement coming, because you don't know where you're holding pain, grief, releasing, letting go, so it just allows you to find it. It's just dope, and it's a mantra, so I stay that, let that, even though people might say, wow, that's self-fulfilling prophecy, you're going to say it's over, but what I'm saying is what it was has to be over. So you're incantating too. You understand what I'm saying? You're making that happen, which you cannot see from, but you are creating it by saying it, because you want this to be over. It's over. You want that new transformation in whatever way it comes. Do not worry. Your ancestors know. Some people say, well, maybe he'll come back. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. It don't matter to come back. You want them to come back right. I learned that from my niece. I mean, I already was knowing this, but my niece really would just tell me her own story. You want them to come back right. what's the sense of getting back together again if y'all both the same, especially if the one that I feel like needed, yeah, okay, whatever. No, you don't want that. You come back standing on your own too. Because you, yourself, you are stepping more and more and more in your power. So all you can really say is keep up. I don't know if you can train a man to be a warrior. I'm not sure. I'm not absolutely sure. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know they got soldiers, but I ain't talking about a soldier. I'm talking about a warrior. That's a whole different level. Because I'm telling y'all, there's a reason why black people like the word fight. Just because they all look the same don't mean it don't feel it's hard. And I get it. Yeah. So yeah. So it's Friday night and I'm gonna play my music. I love being. At first, I was trying to go all the way like Friday night. I would be no. I don't care about that. I really don't want to drink. Right? You know what I'm saying? I am happy. I'm healthy. I'm healthy and my mind is right. My mind is right. And I'm having fun again. I'm having fun wherever I go. I'm having fun. My life is fun. But fun in a different way. Calm fun. So there's levels of fun, right? And everything's just moving. I love this. I love the spiritual life. I love the spiritual life. And I love the life of the ancestors with the ancestors. All right, ladies, we'll make it short tonight because we've been going all the way in. And hey, Lakeisha Russell, how are you? I hope you're enjoying the class. Hey, Nakia, how are you? Hey, thank you, Naturally. Thank you for getting the mouthpiece, Naturally. The desire to build, being stripped from where you know, and having to build from nothing. It's been instilled from, yes, it has been. Yes, it has been. Yes, it's spilled. She says it's instilled in our DNA. It's been instilled in our DNA. Queen is right. Because if y'all hearing it too, we are serious. We need to build. So it just again, affirm like that need was very serious and we all feel it. It just, I don't know, if you're not careful, you don't get with the right people or you don't listen to, okay, you will think you're wrong or you want something that is too much to ask for, but it's not. So again, let me give a message to the young people, please, because I've been around young people. One was 23 and one is 26, 7, or maybe 8, but not past that. You're not too young to be amazing right now. You're not too young. Don't stick in I'm so young, that's why. I was going to say especially Black American children, but there's some Ghanaians that ain't grow up either now. And don't want to. And I think that it's because growing up means I have to deal with reality. And reality is not fun. So you hold on to the youth forever, but it's going to hurt you. You can do way more by 7 years old. Like I want you straight by 7. 7 years old, work it out. Because they're doing it out here in their own way. I've seen 7-year-olds be little men. And you might be like, oh my God, the kids. No, they're built that strong. You'll think I'm playing. They can do it, and so can you. You're going to have to come after. You're going to have to change. You're going to have to stop feeling sorry. You're going to have to start feeling pity. You're going to have to stop. You're going to have to say, there's some strong people. So you make sure they stay that way. Make Africa strong again. How about that one? Come to there and make it strong because they're strong and you're strong too. Until you go out of your own strength. So stay strong. Like this bracing myself thing and then listening to the instances and getting all the messages to tell me I'm on the right track and you don't even understand. You don't even understand. Now, they already told me how to go down. If you get to be you, I want to see it, they say every day. They say, okay, let me see a little more. There's more in there. It's like, okay, I feel it, I do. So, yeah, I'm living my life. Are you living your life? I hope that you are. Naturally says, the letting go of all your ish. Thank you. 21-day intensive begins Monday, February 7th, $67. You can sign up at AfroCentricHomeDesign.com. You can do that. You can do that, y'all. So So yeah, I'm gonna be listening to the ancestors a lot more because I this cut here. It's like no, I don't need enough. Yeah, like I don't need another one. I don't. I don't. And it's annoying. But here we go. Here we go. So anyway, I'm going to get off, and my hand feels fine, but I'm going to treat it a bit and clean it up a bit and put my stuff on, and we'll see what it looks like tomorrow. All right, y'all. I hope you have a great night. Thank you, everybody. I know I've been hitting you up with all the videos, and I know this channel, a lot of people are not on, but share, like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'm going to listen to some music. Love you, ladies. Peace and blessings.